Hey, what's going on, everybody? Henry Johnson here, back at it one more time from Digital Home with some more smart home tech tips for you. Alright guys, so on today's episode, we're going to talk about smart home tech tips specifically for townhouses in the Edgewater, Fort Lee area, or built in that style that you're seeing a lot of there, especially the new construction buildings happening there. So, to describe it for anybody who's watching this that's not super familiar, is these townhouses are typically built 3 or 4 stories high, typically 4, and they have very large windows to give them a lot of natural light. With that, I mean, it's a beautiful house. If you've never seen one, maybe I can post some pictures here so you guys can check out some of the homes that are going up. I think they're amazing. But with every house, especially in the day and age that we live in today, I think there are certain technologies that are just necessities to make living in that house optimal. And with these homes, I have 5 smart home tech tips that honestly I'd consider necessities in terms of making the house the best it possibly can be. This isn't going to be something woo-woo and fun for some, like maybe music is something that I love, but maybe not everybody does. This is things that I think are more just great for everybody. So let's start with number 1, and that's the video doorbell. Video doorbells are booming in terms of popularity. A lot of people have heard of the Ring doorbell, which was purchased by Amazon earlier this year. And then there's tons of other ones out there like Doorbird, Savant has one, Control 4 has one. But the idea of it all is that it gives you the ability to know who's at your door without having to go to the door. Whether that means you're out of the house or you are just laying down in bed at 10 o'clock at night and randomly your door rings. You have no clue who it is, and the last thing you really want to do is get out of bed to see who it is. Maybe it's just a kid playing ding-dong ditch messing around, or maybe it is something important. Instead of having to go down there to find out the importance of it, it makes it very easy for you to pick up your phone, look, make a call right there, or even talk to the person through the door and make a decision. One thing I'll add to the doorbell aspect is an intercom. I think these kind of go hand in hand, and that is being able to have an intercom throughout that house. So if you're on the 4th floor and your kids are in the basement, that it gives you the ability to just speak to them and say, hey kids, I need you to come into my room, through the intercom, through your phone or something like that, without having to necessarily go down there or even call them, right? Because maybe your kids are too young that they don't have phones yet. So it gives you the ability to have that option as well. The next thing, again, ties into the doorbell or the intercom system, and that is automated door locks. So again, let's put an imaginary scenario here, or a scenario that's very realistic. Is it's Sunday, 2 p.m., the New York Jets are playing, few minutes left in the game, and it's a scoring drive. You invited all your buddies over to watch the game, and now somebody rings the doorbell. It's pizza, it's wings, maybe it's another friend, who knows? But the last thing you want to do is get up. So you look at it, you see, oh, it's my wings, or it's my buddy. I'm not getting up. I'm going to unlock the door right here from my phone, and I'm going to say to the doorbell, hey, we're in the basement. Boom. They come down. I get to watch the game without having to move. That's number 2. Number 3 is something that some people may think is woo-woo, or some people may think is a little more of a not as much of a necessity, but in a house like this, I think it definitely is, and that is smart lights. So if you haven't lived with smart lights before, you definitely probably think that and that's understandable. Some things you have to live with to understand. But imagine, smart lights are just amazing to being able to control your lighting from wherever you are, whether that's out of the house again and you're in your bed at 10 p.m. You just walked up, your 3 flights of stairs, and you're tired, and then you realize I forgot the lights on in the basement. Okay, I can go back down there and do it, turn them off, or I can just go on my phone, press all off, and make sure all of the lights in the entire house are off. It's no longer a necessity for me to take those extra 3 to 6 minutes to go walking around the house to turn off all these lights. Just pick up your phone. That's why we have cell phones now. And that's what the great thing about smart home automation is. And then the fourth thing is automated shades. So again, these houses have a very particular style. They're 4 floors and they have huge windows, floor to ceiling a lot of times, that'll allow for amazing views of the city and natural light. The challenge is sometimes you're just not interested in having natural light in your house. Sometimes you want to sleep in, right? Just because the sun comes up at 5 doesn't mean you want to wake up at 5. So being able to automate that, the shades, maybe during the week they come up at 5 automatically so that you can wake up with the sun, but on the weekend they come up at 9 so that you could sleep in a little bit. Or they come up at 12 because you were out drinking the night before. I don't know, but it gives you the ability to have whatever you want controlled throughout that house. And then if something happens, let's say it comes up at 5, but today you don't want to get up at 5, you don't have to get back up to put them down. You can say, Alexa, put down my master bedroom shades, or go right on your phone and have that happen. And then to tie this all in a bow, the one thing that I talk to you guys about each and every week is Wi-Fi. So in a house like this is maybe more important than, I can't say in any house, but it's just as important in one of these townhouses as they are in any other house. Because they are 4 floors, and the way that Comcast, Verizon, Optimum, or whoever's in that area for you provides your services, they're typically going to bring the cable box and the router modem. That's what they have. They have the router modem, and they bring it to one specific spot in your house. Typically, it's in your basement or at one TV, and that's what's giving out Wi-Fi for the entire house. The challenge is now we're in a 4-floor house. So if it's giving you Wi-Fi on the, let's say, 2nd floor, that's not reaching that 4th floor. If it's giving you Wi-Fi on the basement, that's definitely not reaching that 4th floor. So making sure you're wiring for access points throughout the house so that you can make sure that you have Wi-Fi throughout the house so that you can search Instagram, watch Netflix, go on Twitter, whatever it is that you do online, but also be able to control all these other things that I've mentioned in terms of smart home automation and being able to have that optimal living situation in these townhouses that you may have just purchased. So a lot there, right? To recap really quickly, the 5 key things that you want to think about in terms of technology, smart home tech, whatever you want to call it, within one of these townhouses in Edgewater, Fort Lee, or other places that these may exist. You'll see them in, I think it's Cliffside Park, Ingles, whatever, right? They're in other areas as well, but these are 2 that I'm seeing it a lot. Is first, video doorbell. 2nd, smart door locks. 3rd is smart lighting. 4th is automated shades. And 5th is a robust Wi-Fi system. So that's all I have for you guys today. As always, if you have any questions, the comments are open to you, or you can go to our website at digihm.com. You can go to my email. You can email me at henryj21@digihm.com. I'm super accessible and love to talk about this. As you can tell, a little bit passionate. So, guys, hit me up. Love to have more discussions with you guys. And for now, have a good one.